couple years ago, I think 1915, Rich. Elmer Olafur.
Second half, Edwards and Hoggard in that first had 2 points. And then they had 15 and 12, or combining for 27 points. Mike and Coach Wise were talking about having a closer, and Hoggard was definitely that. And I just think the job that Mark Byington has done at Vanderbilt to create this memorial magic, he's just a winner, and his teams feed off of that energy, that confidence. And I think this was a big one for them after struggling, getting three losses in a row to close this one out against Texas.
Again, Hoggard, you said the closer, only one turnover, too. And just the assist-to-turnover ratio was fantastic. And you go back in there and you were talking about Carey, 18 and 14. And that was just it was a different energy from him. Yeah. But we're going to be trying to talk to Jason Edwards a little bit later. Now making sure everybody go to the locker room, go hang out with the team, and we'll bring you back out. So let's go get you highlights of everything else that was going around the SEC as we get ready for that interview coming up in just a couple of moments. It's Tennessee and Oklahoma. Zakai Ziegler and Paris Lanier leading the Vols into Norman. First,
I was about 12 at that time right there, though. I'm just saying.
Zakai, last year's SEC Defensive Player of the Year, out to Lanier. That's a great 1-2 punch. But
people were talking about them being
right there. Lanier had that Dalton Connect game where you had no idea whether he was going to drive or hit it from the outside. He was getting it done. That took 5 for
put it in.
It's the and one. Vols were up a 20-piece over at the half, and assist leader list moves into a tie for 7th all-time. Vols go on to win 70-52. Here's ZZ after the dub.
We're really together, off the court, we really cool, we laugh, we joke all day, and on the court, I feel like that the locker room stuff and off the court stuff leads to on the court. So, when somebody plays bad, if the other person plays good, everybody's happy. As long as we win, we're real happy. So, everybody wants to see everybody eat.
What about your maturity throughout the years that allowed you to do that and dictate games?
Yeah, well, I really say just the coaches and Coach Barnes and all the assistant coaches, they spent a lot of time when you come in as a freshman. I really wanted to shoot the ball, score the ball. And throughout the years, I developed myself into being a pretty good point guard. So, just talking to those guys, all the coaches, and, me actually just listening to them and understanding what they want, man, I just feel like I'm doing a pretty good job, and they're doing a great job with me, too.
Yeah, that's understated a little bit from Zakai Ziegler. Mark Pope had to be happy he'll see that man in action in this game. That's Lamont Butler, the point guard for the Kentucky Wildcats. Missed the last 3 games, but Kyler Murray Bulls, he was ready to go, and he's kind of been a one-man wrecking crew.
I'm telling you, that's a trick. What Kentucky pulled off right there. Can they continue to build on that magic trick? That's what you want to know.
Jamar Thomas driving, tough finish. Cats on another run, though. 8-point game. How about this pass? Brandon Garrison. Well done. Take a look.
Oh, yeah, no look right there, too.
They close the first half strong. 14-3 run.
They're getting after it on the offensive glass. Check out this. Ups.
Yeah. Need more effort, though, from Zach Davis for South Carolina. You got to get more effort than that. No one to call them out, but those are the things, the details that you're missing in order to get that first win.
That is a good victory. For an amazing game in that second half. He had 17 points, but listen, Steffi is the boss here, and she called it before the game. She's like, there's something about 22, Jalen Carey, that's going to be a difference maker. She called the shot, man. Did you hear her beforehand or whatnot? Because there was a different amount of energy that you had today, Jalen.
Yes, sir. Just came with a different mindset. We had a close one in Florida.
few days ago, so just wanted to get back here home for the fans and get it done for them.
We were talking here in studio about just the Memorial Magic. What is it like playing in that arena right now?
Man, it's breathtaking. Coming from James Madison, it's something different here. For sure, when they say they got that Memorial Magic, you for sure feel it in the air. And just love here, the community, the people want to trade for the world.
Jalen, you're one of my favorite players in the league to watch. Coming from one undersized guy to another that plays with a chip on his shoulder, just what is it inside of you that gets you going out there in the game?
Just everybody always doubted me, you know. My whole life, coming out of high school, nobody really believed in me, you know. So just always had faith that the man above will always take care of me. Just keep putting my head down, keep working, and it'll come. That's why I get. Oh, my bad.
No, my man. I was just, you were talking about keeping your head down. I had to jump in there and say, are you okay after headbutting the basket when you went out there?
Oh, yeah. I love it. It's fun for me. It's a little entertainment, so, you know, you got to do it sometimes.
You end up having a great game with that. On the other side, too, Jason Edwards had 2 points over at half. All of a sudden, was there something different that Mark has said at halftime to get you and him a little bit more involved?
Jason, that's my guy. Tove, we call him Tove. So whenever he's down or like not in that mode, I always tell him, yo, you're our best scorer. It's gonna come. Just don't worry. Like it's gonna come to you. Like I'm gonna keep bringing you that ball. So I just always give him confidence because he's our best scorer. So we gotta always have him going.
Jalen, how do you think you guys were able to close this one out at home against a tough Texas team?
Just toughness. Earlier in the season, I remember when we went down to Mizzou, they beat us up. And all it takes is one time for us to really see what it takes and get punked around. So after that, we've always had that mindset we got to set the culture. It's toughness, and people going back down from it. So that's just something we got to build off of.
Jalen, you guys at home, we talked about Memorial Magic. What do you do to bottle this up, to take it on the road, to get a victory that really you can put a feather in your cap for?
It's just something we got to stay down. Just know that we got to keep going, and it's not going to be easier. It's not going to be easier from here because, like I said, this SEC league is crazy, but it's always good for competition. And but first, we got a big one Tuesday at home. Auburn, got a big one coming up, so excited for that challenge.
That was what I was going to ask you, my man. You got Auburn coming into town, so what do? Are you going to go hang out the rest of the day? Auburn and Florida are getting ready to tip off over there in the jungle. Are you going to start scouting that game?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure, probably shower up, chill, get some food, and then chill together as a team and watch them. For sure, because it's going to be a tough one. But like I said, we're excited for it, man.
Excited for you and the Doors. Go celebrate with the guys. 18 and 14, a monster day for number 22. Thanks, Bob.
Keep that energy, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
X Factor.
Yeah.
You know, there's just something about somebody who's been doubted. And that, watching him on film, I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, there's just something about him.
Yep.
And that's what... He has been doubted the majority of his career. He comes to the SEC, he follows his coach, and he's just flourishing. And it was, he carried them in that game.
You can
especially
feel
in that first half. Yeah, you can definitely feel it.
I could feel you talking about it. Like it's something different when you see guys or girls play like that. It's a chip on the shoulder element. You're undersized. Mm-hmm. You don't look around the league. You got 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot running around. You get to go out there and prove it every single night. He takes every single opportunity.
Well, there's a reason why Mark Byington wanted to bring him over there. And then at that point, like, hey, once I give you that opportunity, you have to take it. Maybe this will be kind of that catalyst, that catapult for him in that next game when Auburn comes into town over on Tuesday. Speaking of the number one team in the country, they are at home. They look a little tight.
There's no energy in the jungle, huh?
Fans showed up to get in line. They've been camping out since what? About 5 minutes after that game against Oklahoma because they want to see Janai Broome, and looks cooler than the other side of the pillow
Grapes?
right now.
Pre-game? Grapes. What was your pre-game snack?
Was
it grapes?
No, geez, too.
No, PB&J.
PB&J, okay.
Yeah. Get me right.
Tahad Pettiford, who you claimed is the best dunker in the SEC earlier today.
This is what you got to remember. PB, look at him. He's shooting with his left hand. The clip we showed when he made that steal, he did a windmill with his right. So, hey, dude, this young man is so explosive. To be able to walk into this situation as a sixth man, as a freshman, take control of a team with all veterans, and they rely on him, that's different.
Yeah, it's true. Just the smile too. And I think that's kind of the
He's
mentality.
having fun.
Yep, and that's what you've seen all season long. And of course, I laugh because this might be that guy that has that little thing on the
There you
shoulder.
go.
Like Chad Baker Mazara, he's not afraid to mix it up a little bit with other teams, other fan bases, and he adds like whatever Janai is the nice guy. It feels like Chad can offer the devil on the
Oh,
other
good
shoulder.
cop, bad cop?
Yeah.
Bad cop. I wouldn't be surprised if you threw a gator chomp in there.
You gotta have one of those
Yeah.
on the team. Yeah, you need that stuff. Somebody that brings a different identity to the team. And when you look at Elijah Martin does that for Florida, automatically brings them toughness, brings them front line awareness, ready to go to battle with whoever it is. I can guarantee you, with all the bigs, they got 7-footers and everything. If something were to happen, they say we need you on the front line, Elijah Martin will be the first one.
My
down.
guy, Walter Clayton Jr., I mean, one of the best facilitators, scorers for the Gators. He sets the tone for them. I think he's getting a little booed in the jungle.
Yes.
Man, they're just so hyped for this game. Condon 2 was great against Vanderbilt. That 1-2 action, man. I think Florida's, they're starting 5 stacked.
They're tough. No, they're tough. Right? The depth is there. Looking for him to take a step like Castleton did. If he can be that guy with the offensive package that he has, they can make them a different team.
That game will be over on ESPN2. Tip it off in just 37 minutes. But the game we have just in moments away over in Como. Tamar Bates, the senior, has been rolling. He's found something different these last 3 games. We'll break down the Tigers versus Aggies coming up in a bit.
Hey man, you like Dr. Pepper?
I do.
It's a pepper thing!
Even when U.S. Women's National Team forward Mallory Swanson isn't on the field, she always makes the perfect play. Thanks to the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Visa Card, she'll earn 3% cash back on her purchase after choosing the online shopping category.
Genesis GV70 and GV80. Lease the 2025 Genesis GV70 for $399 per month. Exclusively at your Tri-State Genesis retailers.
When you know where something comes from, you know everything about it. When you discover Boll & Branch bedding, you uncover the most extraordinary feeling of comfort and care. We prioritize toxin-free organic cotton. We pay and treat people fairly, all in pursuit of the most natural softness possible. From the first touch of Boll & Branch bedding, you feel the difference. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
Very good. Now they wait, feeling this you move. Says you human a sign that you all good. Loving pet care in your neighborhood.
I used to pray for times like this. That's what you say. When we have a top 15 matchup here in the hoops on the SEC network, and look at Mr. Farrell. Last couple of games, I heard people call them glue guys. Is that always is that a positive? Is that I'm always trying to figure out who.
It is. I mean, you can say that until the glue guy gets more opportunity. Then no longer he's a glue guy. He's an impactful guy. Exactly.
So Phelps was that guy whenever Wade Taylor IV was out, and that has become kind of a, I wouldn't say Batman and Robin situation. That's a Batman and Batman situation for Buzz Williams' squad, as Mark Mitchell, another one of these guys that really, you can say outside of Vanderbilt, Missouri might be the best story that we're having in hoops compared to what happened last year up in Como with all the injuries they had.
Yeah, I mean, this has been the marquee game outside of the Auburn-Florida game coming into studio today that I was like, I had it circled the way that Missouri's playing right now, the way that they're undefeated at home, Texas A&M, the way that they can offensive rebound you to death. So that's going to be tested. And my guy, Caleb Grill, 6-man, the way he shoots the basketball. I'm curious what Buzz Williams got drawn up to try to keep him quiet.
Missouri.
Can you keep him quiet?
No, you can't. I was going to say, what rebounds do you get when Grill's shooting, because he doesn't hardly miss right now.
Yeah.
Grill in the lineup for Dennis Gates. That team is 20-6. Without him, remember most of last year, 5-23. He's been a difference maker in this one. I don't know what the heck happens in this game. And I love that, because Missouri has
That's
been
true
fantastic
analysis.
over at home. A&M, I mean, again, that's why they pay me the big bucks, right? But what does? I mean, what do you expect to have happen between two teams that very deep tournament runs?
I think when you look at the players, it's kind of even going through the rosters. I think it's going to come down to the coaches, the chess match between Buzz and the chess match between Dennis Gates. Like the jump defenses that they're able to throw to them, how they can keep people off kilter, the points that you can steal. That's going to be key to it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're paying attention to rebounding in this game.
Yeah.
And that's the hallmark for Texas A&M. I'm watching Wade Taylor the fourth. He's been playing really, really good on the road at Missouri, where they've been really good.
Missouri has been really good for one.
And the Stephens
15
shoot the same
straight.
zip code, too, way out there.
So Rally for Ryan game, always a great scene down there as well. Roy Philpott, Pat Bradley on the call. See you at half.
Teams, both with 17 wins, both with identical 6-3 records in the SEC. Guess what? It puts them both in contention for that elusive double bye in the upcoming SEC tournament next month in Nashville. So glad you could join us. Capacity crowd on hand. He's Pat Bradley, the shooter. I'm Roy Philpott. A top 15 showdown in Como. Couldn't ask for much more.
It's going to be a fun one. We have two teams who like to get out and play pressure defense, full court at times, switching defenses. Where they differ, though, Texas A&M, as we know, going to beat you up on the glass. Missouri, great three-point shooting team.
Contrasting styles, to say the least. We start first with the fighting Texas Aggies. Here comes Wade Taylor IV. 7 threes his last game out in a win in Columbia at South Carolina last Saturday.
He is the straw that stirs the drink for Texas A&M. He is the type of player that can beat you distributing the ball, shooting the ball, and he's excellent at the end of shot clock, end of half, and especially the end of games.
Meanwhile, for Mizzou, Tamar Bates, the second half in Knoxville, number 4 Tennessee on Wednesday. All he did, shoot, was score 22.
Yeah, 6'5", he's got every shot in the book. He's strong enough and big enough to get in the lane, shoot over his defender, can shoot the three and finish at the rim, and their vocal leader.
Take a look at both players, our stars this afternoon, and what they've done against their competitors today. Wade Taylor IV has actually played in 7 games against Mizzou, the last 4, 18 per. And for Tamar Bates, wouldn't you know it, exactly 18 points per contest as well against Texas A&M. These are 2 leaders, 2 sharpshooters, 2 of the best, the very best the SEC has to offer this year. And in a season like this, Pat, that means a little bit more given how deep, how talented the Southeastern Conference is.
There's no question. Missouri is a very well-balanced team, although Bates is their most dynamic scorer. And with Wade Taylor IV, he is their guy that makes things go for Texas A&M's offense.
Pharrell Payne, Martin Mitchell, set for the jump in this veteran officiating crew led by Pat Adams. With Todd Austin, Vladimir Voyer-Tadao, ready to go. What a Saturday already in the SEC. The opening tip controlled by the Aggies. And here comes Wade Taylor. Deep 3 already. Off the front of the rim, and the rebound corralled by Anthony Robinson. Well, PB, you remember Robinson had 4 fouls in the road loss in Knoxville on Wednesday. Only played 5.5 minutes. He's back in the starting lineup tonight, along with Tony Perkins in the backcourt. And it's Mitchell, Pierce, and Bates rounding out the starting 5 for head coach Dennis Gates. You expect to see a lot of Joshua Gray. Robinson off the back iron. Henry Coleman, the third, a rebound.
And we see both teams early on switching those screens, forcing 2 deep threes on both ends of the floor.
Henry Coleman, the third, making his 100th career start for the Aggies. Off the mark with a jump hook. 1 minute in, still scoreless. How about the environment already? I mean, it's been loud for the last half hour. Raucous crowd, you love it.
I love it. Missouri continue. 5 guys have to get on that defensive glass.
Easier said than done. The rejection by Obaseki. He clipped the three-pointer by Bates.
They do have Pharrell Payne. Great job of Payne getting deep into that paint for the post-up. Just missed him.
Here's Payne. The quick touch. The drive and a foul. And Pharrell Payne, the Minnesota transfer, will shoot a pair of free throws. Buzz Williams, year 6 in College Station after coming in from Virginia Tech. 10 career NCAA tournament appearances going back to his time at Marquette. Mark Mitchell picks up his first foul.
And that's going to be something to watch as the foul trouble. Both these teams love to attack the rim, get to the free throw line.
Payne, a 57% free throw shooter. Dennis Gates trying to lead Mizzou back to the dance for the second time in his 3 seasons. Shocked the world 2 years ago. In year number 1, leading this program back to the dance, and Texas A&M on the board first.
You go on the road, right? You're going to have to make your free throws. A&M is last in the SEC at 68%. However, they shoot the 3rd most in the SEC.
Perkins has it stolen by Phelps. Zurich Phelps on Ant Robinson. Up and in.
And this is going to be a game where you can't have any lack of focus, no lazy passes. You see A&M pushing out their 3/4 court press, where they'll trap at times in the half court or when you step over the half court line.
Big win for Vanderbilt, protecting the home floor at Memorial Gymnasium earlier today against Texas. Trailed after the first half, then came roaring back with Jalen Carey. And Perkins is going to be fouled going baseline. That goes on Obaseki.
It's an aggressive style defense. Just a lazy pass right there by Perkins. He knows better than that. Phelps steps in. And that's really an unforced turnover right there. It was excellent pressure defense by A&M, but Tony Perkins should have been a little bit smarter getting Missouri in their offense.
Well, it was Perkins who carried the Tigers at Tennessee Wednesday night. 8 early points after they trailed 5-0.
Yeah, Mizzou's offense, they want to spread you out.
Bates off the mark with a mid-range.
That's going to be a shot he'll have to make today because it's going to be difficult to get in the lane off the dribble against this A&M defense.
Wade Taylor tough in traffic.
That I consider a transition bucket. May not go into the stats as a fast break point, but that's certainly a transition bucket. Attacking Missouri when they're on their heels.
Here's to Robinson, back to Pierce. That's a 3 on the way. Tigers still scoreless, 3 minutes in.
Yeah, quick ball movement, player movement. Oklahoma was able to get some good looks against A&M's.
Off, and now it's Obaseki. And just like that, it's 7-0 Aggies.
Yeah, Anthony Robinson right there. Great sophomore. One of the better defenders in the SEC.
Outside to Pierce. Tumbling down was Robinson. And the Tigers turn it over again. And Dennis Gates searching for answers. Talking with his veteran officiating crew.
Oh, then again, we had a little bit of, the officials got a little bit from both coaches, I think, early on in this game. And we knew it was going to be a high free throw, foul shooting game. And I think Coach Gates is trying to explain, hey, we need that whistle today, a little home whistle.
Already 2 turnovers for Mizzou. They had 3 the entire game Wednesday at Tennessee.
Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
It's a weeknight, so even if you save time by undercooking the onions, you still won't have enough time to make your own signature chili. It's time for Bush's Chili Magic. Just chop, drop, chili. Bush's Chili Magic.
A blind spot that's never out of sight.
how it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson SE for only $259 a month, or get 1.99% APR for 48 months. Hurry in.
Well, it's already getting chippy back inside Mizzou Arena, and traveling the call as Robinson turned it over in the lane, and that drew some commentary from Dennis Gates to Pat Adams as we went out to that last break. And Shooter, we saw it even before this game started, both coaches conversing with Pat Adams, including Buzz Williams, for a lengthy period of time right as we were coming on the air. And listen, the way games are officiated in this league in particular, with the talent, with the coaching, and at the top of the list, the physicality is something everybody wants to talk about, because there's so many athletes, there's so much speed, and you've got bigs that can score and do so many different things. Question is, how does that translate come March? What does it look like the rest of the regular season? And I'm guessing Dennis Gates and Buzz Williams already talking with this veteran crew about all of those things.
Well, they're making their cases even before tip-off.
I chose Wix for my business because of its massive scope for functionality and freedom of.
With Arkansas back on the bubble. They'll swing it around. Obaseki from downtown. The rebound by Coleman and a fresh 20. Taylor an air ball. Payne on the offensive glass. Up and in. A grown man move under the rim.
Well, there's two big, strong, physical guys in Coleman and Payne. The reason they're a great offensive rebounding team is they understand where their shots are coming from at the offensive end. A&M does. They take the right shot, the right person, allows offensive rebounders to get in position.
There's Mitchell, swatted away by Payne. And Mitchell caught it out of bounds. The Tigers turn it over. It's the #1 offensive rebounding team in America, Texas A&M.
Well, then good timing. Obviously, you see the size and the strength. However, it's the positioning and understanding. Payne knew that shot is coming from Wade Taylor, right? He understands you can throw it to Wade Taylor just about anywhere on the floor, as deep as he was, and he's going to put it up. Get in position for that offensive rebound.
Pharrell Payne is bouncy.
Yes.
And aggressive. And he's adjusted to Buzz Williams' system beautifully. Josh Gray got some fingertips on it. Brill corrals it, but a foul inside. So Tamar Bates picks up his first. Pharrell Payne on the bench. And when you take a look at what the Aggies can do on the glass, and Payne, who Buzz Williams told us earlier today, you know, he came here, he's never worked the way that he's worked so far in College Station. He was flattened in the month of September, all-season workouts, but he was always resilient, and he's responded to this level of coaching, this level of play in this league.
Well, I think helping playing alongside guys like Henry Coleman, coming into a situation where you have established veterans, Wade Taylor IV, he can learn from those guys. Now, Missouri on the other end has had extremely difficult time. Move quick, get to that free throw line area. Now they go back to the man-to-man. They showed that zone. Switching defenses, that's not always able to do. Great communication by their defense.
In and out for Perkins. The lid remains firmly on this side of the arena.
And it's been all jump shots outside of the lane, nothing in the paint.
Phelps bullies his way inside, drew the contact. And high off the glass, it's 12-0 A&M. And Pat Adams going to stop this game for a moment, telling Bates and Washington to calm things down a little bit. Well, we spoke with Tamar Bates earlier this morning, and I said, Tamar, you don't take anything from anybody. And I used a different word, but he said, you're right. And he goes, I'll talk trash to the opposition.
Right.
I'll talk trash to my teammates to get them ready.
Kansas City kid.
Phelps, left-handed delivery in traffic.
That's what he does as well as anybody in the SEC. Puts his head down, athletic, strong player, can finish at the rim. I know he's had some games where he's won off on the three-point line, but that's his game right there.
Transfer from SMU. What a find by Buzz Williams in the portal. Mitchell has it stolen away. Garcia got it to Payne. And then Payne off the fingertips and out of bounds. What a start for the fighting Texas Aggies on the road. Number 10. An 11-point lead over Mizzou.
Why would I use Hims to have my heating as delivered to my door? I love pharmacy lines.
Why would I use clinically proven ingredients to regrow my hair through Hims? I love wearing hats 24/7.
Why would I choose weight loss treatment I can afford through Hims? I love selling off my prized possessions.
Why wouldn't I get high quality care I can trust? I love Hims. Get treatment you'll actually love at Hims.com.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson SE for only $259 a month, or get 1.99% APR for 48 months. Hurry in.
Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius. Live fit.
What a start for Zurich Phelps. He has 7. Mizzou has 7 as a team. And boy, he's been physical inside with a penetration, PB.
Yes, he has. That first one came off of a steal. Then the next one in transition. And right here, that's his game. Big, strong, physical guy. Keeps his focus on getting to the rim. And he's tough to stop when he's coming downhill like that.
It was a scheduling quirk the way Texas A&M's slate has worked out to begin league play. Full slate in January, but they alternated Tuesday, Wednesday dates in those midweek tilts throughout the course of the month. That's been taxing. It's been taxing in terms of travel. It's been taxing in terms of setting everything up according to the very specific schedule of Buzz Williams. And we talked to him about that today. They didn't have a midweek game this past week. I said, how did you handle it? He said, Roy, I don't know if we handled it the right way, but this is what we did. We took a day off on Monday. It's one of 5 days on the entire year, the entire calendar year that we did nothing. We had that day on Monday, and I think in his heart he believes that was what was needed to get them ready for this stretch run, because as difficult as January was, the open date, if you will, for the midweek game comes right in the middle of the schedule, which is not a bad thing at all.
Well, listen, through it, and I believe it's the coaches who are going to determine the freshness of their team because of decisions like that. Let their legs and their minds rest. Caleb Grill has not had a touch here, especially in the... I thought he was going to pull that one. That one. And those are the ones that we've come to see him make over the course of the last month.
Second team foul called on Texas A&M. Grill had a moment earlier in the half where I thought he was going to pull the trigger on the three-pointer from the logo. Decided against it. He won't force the action. The foul was called on Phelps.
No, he won't. I think when he's feeling it, like he was at Mississippi State, at Florida, catching it from 40 feet. However, he's a guy that makes the right decision, whether it's pass and shoot, but you're right, he won't force it.
Taylor, the runner. Robinson to Mitchell. And Payne
pump fake the big fella.
Hayden Hefner has his pocket picked by Robinson. Aggies started this game on a 12-0 run, and just like that, we're tied at 20.
Mitchell saw the mismatch, was able to get it into the paint finish. Big fella wasn't there to contest it.
Taylor bumped in the lane. And Wade Taylor going to shoot 2. After this timeout, and here comes Jacob Cruz, PB.
You talked about him behind the three-point line. One of many. Great job. Just a pick and pop right there. See how he slid to the left to create that passing lane. And right there, just a catch and shoot. Jacob Cruz.
Domino's Specialty Chicken. 4 tasty topping combos loaded on tender, juicy chicken. It kind of makes us wonder why we don't call it loaded chicken. Well, okay, now we do. Domino's Loaded Chicken. And for a limited time, Domino's Rewards members can try loaded chicken for half off menu price.
There, boys.
Hey, Dave. You didn't want to see this.
Wow. You brought it back.
Why would I use Hims to have my heating as delivered to my door? I love pharmacy lines.
Why would I use clinically proven ingredients to regrow my hair through Hims? I love wearing hats 24/7.
Why would I choose weight loss treatment I can afford through Hims? I love selling off my prized possessions.
Why wouldn't I get high quality care I can trust? I love Hims. Get treatment you'll actually love at Hims.com.
When you know where something comes from, you know everything about it. When you discover Boll and Branch bedding, you uncover the most extraordinary feeling of comfort and care. We prioritize toxin-free organic cotton. We pay and treat people fairly, all in pursuit of the most natural softness possible. From the first touch of Boll and Branch bedding, you feel the difference. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
How are you feeling about the exam?
All good. If I don't sleep, I mean.
If it helps, I'm using Check. Total game changer.
Maybe I should try.
Yeah, he definitely needs Jug.
Now you talk about the Southeastern Conference in men's basketball this season. Just pick your poison. You got 5 teams currently ranked shooting inside the top 10. The latest AP Top 25. 4 more also ranked, including number 15, Mizzou, and number 10, Texas A&M. Going toe-to-toe this afternoon. What an environment, what a scene. And if any of that needed to be confirmed by our good friend down in the bracket bunker, Joe Lenardi, he's got 13 in the field of 68 right now, and a 14th team in your Arkansas Razorbacks. And I heard Joe talk last night. Shoot it, he was asked the question, could 6-12 Arkansas be an NCAA tournament team? And Joe Lenardi wouldn't say it was a lock, but he felt pretty good about Coach Cal's chances if they can just get to 6 wins in this league because of all the quad 1 opportunities, the elite competition. They're right there. We know these 2 teams are in. There could be as many as 13 or 14 in by selection Sunday.
And that is the great advantage of playing in such a competitive league. Each game moving forward, quad 1, quad 2, you have a legitimate chance of who you beat and where you beat them. Now you've got Alabama, your Arkansas, you got Alabama coming tonight. That's a quad 1 game for you. A great opportunity.
It feels like with Alabama coming to your house, it should be like something higher than a quad 1. Like a quad 0. I don't know.
Well, and the Hawks found their identity. You know, for me, energy, effort is what they're going to have to win on. They're an athletic team. They can't rely on the three-point shot. You had them in Georgia where I think they found something in their identity.
Boogie Flan, yes, that's a foul.
So
Chase Carter checks in.
Texas A&M, they have a system in their three-quarter court trap where certain players will trap in the backcourt. And this is all talked about pregame. All right, we're going to trap this particular player in the backcourt. Others, they'll just when they come over half court, they'll trap it. And then others, they'll just play it to slow down the offense and get back on beat.
Warren trying to give Mizzou its first lead. Off the back iron from the corner. Taylor nearly turned it over in front of his coach. Aggies without a field goal in almost 5 minutes. Touch for Washington. Sore ankle's good to go. Henry Coleman III, that's the Aggies offense in action.
Henry Coleman, Jacob Cruz did all he could to try to Coleman out of the lane. See how difficult that is.
A&M out rebounding Mizzou 12-7. Contrasting styles with the way Missouri gets up and down the court, the way the Tigers shoot the three, the way Aggies pound the glass. Bill's got this kind of range. Draws solo. Cruz has had the hot hand. And the Aggies suffocating on defense.
Yeah, they switch everything, not allowing Cruz or Grill to even get off an inch to shoot it. You see, they deny the wings, but they're so good at communication. So you try to backdoor cut. Occasionally it'll happen. We saw that's how Mizzou was able to get a couple of buckets early.
But next month, high-level hoops again for both of these teams. Mizzou coming off the tough road loss at number 4 Tennessee. A&M's had the week off after a win in a hard-fought battle in South Carolina. Obaseki. Coleman again. And fouled over the back by Cruz.
So a couple of things. I do think it's going to be critical for Missouri's half-court defense. You've got to be able to play one-on-one, right? You cannot demand help, because once help, then you get in rotation, and that leads to an offensive rebound. That particular time, Coleman III, he was just too big and strong going over the top of that offensive rebound.
Henry Coleman III has 9 rebounds. We've got 6 minutes to go in the half.
I did the LSU-Alabama game when Corey Chest had 18 rebounds, 15 in the first half. He was
Are you worried that using your home address for business puts your privacy at risk? At iPostal One, we can help.
Here's Phelps. Is good by Phelps. And a foul called, I believe, on Jace Carter. They're going to count the triple. Carter picks up his first.
And I would say this to Missouri and A&M. You see it right here, the tip back.
I mean, Coleman gets a rebound for that. He's already in double-double territory with 4 points and 10 boards.
He should get the hockey assist too. Come on, he tips it back. Watch this, tips it back. Carter, Phelps. If you're Missouri, don't panic. Coming into this game, you knew what A&M's strength was, getting on the glass, right? If you're A&M, Missouri's team's showing why they are top 10 material.
Do you want to see Caleb Grill perhaps be a bit more aggressive? Not when Tamar Bates is that open. Off the mark that time. And here's Phelps. I mean, Grill's had moments where it feels like he had enough real estate to pull the trigger and elected against it.
Yeah, and he may see that moving forward, maybe in the second half being a little bit more aggressive. But I think right now, you're fine with Only down 7.
Stripped by Pierce Grill.
Back to him.
And Pierce is going to be fouled by Phelps.
Yeah, Caleb Grill was not happy. That was a classic example of a give and go for the 3. Caleb Grill gives up his shot, which he could have shot that. Henry Coleman goes flying, gives it up to Pierce. He goes, Mr. Pierce, get back to me. I'm wide open, brother. I'm wide open. The old give and go, like Bird to McHale, back to Bird. Remember those days?
I didn't like the Celtics growing up, so I loathe those days. I hate to tell you that, Shooter, but I do remember, and you are correct.
It's not a prettier play in basketball than the give and go. You can do it, give and go for a 3 or a layup dunk.
Robinson aggressive. And he's got the chance here to stop a 7-0 Aggies run.
And he attacks it from the corner. If you can get that swing pass, it's the A&M defense, that corner swing is open for a 3 or an attack.
First free throw of the game for the Tigers. And Robinson, 80% at the line. The one game on the SEC women's basketball schedule coming up Monday night. Reagan Beers and OU, ranked in the top 15, will battle the Auburn Tigers. That is Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Coverage right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. How about the Lady Vols getting a really big win against UConn? Their first victory over the Huskies since 07. Back on Thursday night, a statement win for the league.
They're a fun team to watch. Remind me of the old 40 minutes of hell days. Get up, press, shoot the 3.
And then the substitution patterns for Kim Coleman.
Oh, platoon stop. It's amazing. 5 at a time. 5 new ones. Let's go. Keep going.
Now, Robinson struggled in that road loss at Tennessee Wednesday. 4 fouls, only played 5.5 minutes. He certainly wanted to redeem himself today. He stayed out of foul trouble in this first half thus far. Lead us back to 5 for the Aggies. Top 15 showdown here in the SEC. Transfer from Nebraska, Shooter. Team I 40% from downtown.
Well, I mean, A&M really didn't move the basketball much. It was just side to side a few times. Wilcher from deep bailed them out.
Second triple of the half for the Aggies. Here's Robinson again. In the air, Coleman picks off the pass. There's a lob to Coleman. And a patient layup at the rack. Henry Coleman III.
Just ripped down the rim on that one, right?
6 points and 10 boards. I thought the same.
Slide over tomorrow.
Here's Pierce. In and out. Well, that would have been big. Gray lost the handle. Coleman rips it away. Boy, Henry Coleman, what a force he's been in the half. Robinson stepped out of bounds after the steal. The lead at 10 for Texas A&M.
Great job on Bassky throwing over the top of the defense. Just a miscommunication. Henry Coleman says, come on, take it easy on the rim this time. A&M up 10.
TJ.
Lateral races.
TJ.
It's time to play offense.
Turn it up.
Whoa, let's cool it, you two.
Mom. TJ.
Lateral races.
TJ.
It's time to play offense.
Turn it up.
Whoa, let's cool it, you two.
Mom.
What up, y'all? Coming up at half, we'll show you a top 10 matchup down in the jungle. It is loud. Tennessee shooting lights out, and Vanderbilt won a game at home without actually storming the court. So it was an impressive one. We'll show you that. What are you seeing on this one right now?
Well, Texas A&M already, flexing on the glass. Coleman's already got 11 boards.
That's what he does. Shooter, I got something from you. For one shooter and a six-man, who is your six-man in the league this year to this midway point?
Easy question. That's an easy question from the newly minted Hall of Famer Ron Slay. Congrats are in order for the big man,
Mr. Ron Slay.
Ron Slay getting it done in the state of Tennessee. What's your answer there?
Shooters got to stand up for shooters. I mean, when you've got coaches, everybody loves a shooter, right? They make life easy for everybody. They make life easy for the point guard, the big man, the coach. How about we're looking at a great sixth man, Caleb Grill, right now.
He's got to be the answers. You take a look at the number 1 and 2 seeds listed by Joey Brackets, including Auburn and Florida knocking on the door, currently over on ESPN2. And the jungle has come to life there. Here at Mizzou Arena, this atmosphere, this has been incredible. And the home team's down 10 on the strength of this 12-2 run by the Aggies. It's been a fun start here to see what these two programs are capable of.
It has.
At Buy Fire Alarm Parts, we pack a lot of experience and know-how into a small business. We have an extensive online catalog that makes buying panels, devices, and signals easy, especially the hard-to-find ones.
Second triple. This time he comes up short. Tony Perkins comes away with it after the rebound by Gray. Perkins has been held in check so far. Indianapolis native, came in from Iowa, two-team All-Big Ten, or two-time All-Big Ten, I should say. And he's going to shoot 2 free throws here.
Great ball fake right there. Get Solomon Washington off balance. Perkins, a big, strong 6'4", puts his head down straight to the rim.
First foul on Payne. And one more coming. Don't forget, coming up Tuesday night right here on SEC Network. Up first, number 1, Auburn in Memorial Gymnasium. What a scene that's going to be in Nashville after Vanderbilt's win against Texas earlier today. That's at 7 Eastern. Then at 9 o'clock, Fighting Texas Aggies hosting Georgia Bulldogs down at Reed Arena here on SEC Network and the ESPN app. Tonight, bro, get my vote for National Player of the Year. The debate rages on between him and Cooper Flagg, averaging a double-double, those numbers, and he can shoot the 3. I mean, that's been added to the arsenal the last 2 years for head coach Bruce Pearl. You saw the numbers coming back from injury. Awfully impressive. Payne rolls it in over Gray. Here's Bates, picked off by Washington, who steps out of bounds.
And those are the type of winning plays. Solomon Washington, right? You see him just sprint straight for Caleb Grill because he knows Grill is going to that three-point line in the corner. Bates did a good job of attacking, looking for his shooter. But Pharrell Payne, just the impact that he's had on the glass, but giving the basketball. Solomon Washington read that beautifully. If he was able to keep it in bounds, I would have given you the come into my web and send a spider to the fly.
Manny Obasky just picked up his second. Grill trying to spring free, and he's going to shoot 1-1. Well, Caleb Grill scoreless, coming off at 10 points in Knoxville on Wednesday. You saw him up close and in person a week ago in Starkville, where he's making 40-footers and just going off.
Great arc on that free throw. Use his legs. Any great shooter starts with your balance and your legs. And I think that's why he can shoot it with great ease from distance. It's because he uses everything. His legs, arms, great release with his wrist, all those things make you a great shooter.
He actually had 11 Wednesday night at Tennessee.
2 for 3 from the three-point line. Just couldn't get as many shots against that Tennessee defense.
Banked one of those triples in, too.
Just living right.
It was interesting because it was The same happened which Josh Gray banked in 2 free throws. Stealed by Cruz after the errant pass by Payne. An opening for Mizzou. Well, you can tell Bates wants it. He'll take it. He'll get it back in traffic. Tamar Bates. Gonna shoot 2. Well, Tamar Bates was in the arena an hour before shoot-around started earlier this morning. He stayed about 30 minutes after shoot-around ended. And I don't know what the official count was, but I'm speculating. I think today alone, Tamar Bates has gotten up 500 threes. He has lived behind the three-point arc, getting ready for this game. Just talking about today, he is a gym rat in every sense of the phrase.
And that's how he gets his mind right, mind prepared. The more you see it go in, the more you put in the time, the more confidence you get, the more familiarity you have.
How many jumpers would you get up before a game in Arkansas back in the day? Was that a big deal?
Yeah, well, I would try to make, we'd have our shoot around that I'd make 200, so you do 25 from the corner, 25 from the wing, 25 from the top, and all the way back around. Then you do that again a couple more times.
So you're getting up hundreds of shots.
Yeah. Well,
day in the game.
Hopefully my percentage is up without any defense near 90.
Bates picks up the foul, his second. Hefner was trying to tiptoe right beside the sideline there, and now A&M's in the bonus. Mizzou has now gone over 6 minutes without a field goal. Remember, we were tied at 20 after the Aggies jumped out to a 12-0 lead early. Well, the Tigers came back, and now A&M has responded. Game of runs. Hayden Hefner at the line, 68%, swishes home the first. Well, he's had a nice season and probably his most productive year for Buzz.
And he's a versatile player, can shoot it, defend, and rebound. It's just A&M is stacked on the perimeter. And so trying to crack and get a bunch of minutes is difficult.
12-0 run to start for Texas A&M. Mizzou responded 13-2. Now the Aggies at 16-7. Under 2 to play. Lead at 9. Cruz, little give and go to Gray. Missed the chippy. Boy, jump ball high above the free throw line. Cruz. Perkins. A lot to unpack on that possession. Somehow, some way, MIZ found a way.
Yeah. Well, the two things that stand out to me was Josh Gray was strong at the basketball. Didn't get poked out. Cruz right there. Great decision. Obviously, Josh Gray, if you're a Missouri fan, you feel like he's got to knock that down. Those are 2 good looks, though. Jake Cruz, I mean, that's usually like a layup for him. And Tony Perkins at 6'4", strong, quick to the basketball. When you do shoot a lot of threes, you're going to get, we know, long shot, long rebound. And Mizzou now getting back to they're the second in the SEC in free throws attempted per game at just about 28. It's a big part of what they do.
Perkins 1 of 2, now 2 of 4 at the line today. 36-28. Here comes full court, trapping pressure. Aggies busted open. Well, I think you can keep a camera and ISO Solomon Washington and Tamar Bates this entire game and be thoroughly entertained. Hefner lost it to Cruz. 3-on-2. Jacob Cruz. Oh, Washington out of nowhere slams Cruz down to the deck. That play, that sequence indicative of what this game has been all about in our first 20 minutes. Watch this. They want to look at that, and you see the forearm right behind the back of Cruz. Washington swatted that one away. And Pat Adams going to have a look.
That was good individual defense on Texas A&M's side, as you saw Josh Gray actually come over for that trap that started the scrambling process for A&M's defense, and Jacob Cruz able to get his hand on it, steal away from Hefner. Great action by Jacob Cruz. He just put his head in for the three.
Fearless.
Here it is again. Yeah, Solomon solo. Washington, no doubt, says, I'm going to make you earn it from the free throw line. And there was, I would say, to me, it's not a push in the back. Clearly, it's a foul, but I don't think it was anything where he was trying to do anything excessive.
The play would stand as a common foul. 2 shots.
Yeah, we're pretty good at this. I mean, Pat Adams is excellent at it.
I'm knocking on wood right now as you say that. I think that was clear cut.
Why did you use my head to knock on when you did that? You could have used the table.
Jacob Cruz came in averaging 7.5 points per game. He's already got 3 triples in the half. And if you talk to those that are at all of these practices, shoot-arounds, it's easy to fall in love with a guy like Caleb Grill. He's the second leading three-point shooter in America right now at 50% of the season. But Cruz is the guy. More times than not, he's not missing when he's open. It hasn't really translated into game day. He's 32% so far, but you're getting a glimpse of what he's capable of. You get him and Grill and Bates going. Well, it's one of the reasons Mizzou's got a great chance to be a second week in the rim. Garcia and Payne off of his hands, but last touch by Mizzou. Under a minute to go, the lead at 7. And Buzz Williams is going to call a timeout. When it does feel like this is an important couple of possessions to wrap up the half. If Mizzou gets a stop and a bucket, you're talking about a 5 or a 4-point game. If A&M can extend the lead with a 3, goes back to double digits. And so momentum right now, Shuta feels like is teetering.
Yeah, well, it's so important. End of half, end of game. These possessions will set you up how you approach the second half. And I think for Missouri, probably their confidence getting another stop, right? Nice action, the possession before, really good on-ball defense, great with that double team, forces a turnover, results in points on the other end.
Let's take a look at our Big Flex play brought to you by Southwest Airlines. A&M on the offensive glass, the best team in the country. Coming into this game at over 16 per contest, going back to work the hard way again this afternoon in Columbia.
Yeah, well, sometimes, you know, just big and strong will beat you up, and Henry Coleman has been able to do that. You see he's tipping back for 3.
Love to Payne. Pharrell Payne jumping out of the gym, and the lead back to 9. That's why Buzz Williams wanted to call the timeout.
Yeah, it is a great setup play there. Out of bounds.
3-second differential between the clocks. Perkins says, let's slow it down. Two on the timer. Grill has it blocked out of bounds by Carter with 0.1 on the shot clock.
They are all over him. Let's take a look at this right here. They try to, a little V cut, set up a screen for him, but possibly looked like it slipped out of his hands as he was going up.
0.1 to shoot, that's not enough time to get a shot off of any kind.
Not of any kind, not even really a tip, right? It has to be 0.3.
.8 seconds to go. Wade Taylor comes back on the floor. Jace Carter goes out. No offense for defense. Aiden Shaw checks in for Missouri. First half that has seen Texas A&M lead from the jump.
So have to be careful for Missouri. If you do try to squeeze it in anywhere, now you've got Texas A&M in position for a steal. 2-3 dribbles, able to get up a decent shot in the other end.
And there was still plenty of time on the clock. Payne fired it the full length of the court.
You still got a cheerleader.
Buzz Williams is asking, hey, why did you do that?
I think he might have got the shot clock confused with the game clock. But you're right, there was...
It's more 3 seconds left. And the first half comes to a close. Texas A&M outscoring Mizzou in the paint 24-8. And for Buzz Williams, a great start on the road. 38-29 our score at the break. Halftime report starts right now. Peter Burns, Steffi Sorensen, Ron Slay, take it away.
Thank you, Roy and Pat, as we see Texas A&M with a 9-point lead over there in Como. It's us three hanging out. What a busy day of hoops. And this was, I mean, it just feels like chaos here so far in this game. Right now, overall, what are you seeing for the Missouri Tigers as they try to battle back against A&M when they were up, 12-0 right from the jump?
Yeah, trying to figure out how to get their offense going. It's been a little stagnant. They were able to make a run in the game, but not able to sustain it. Great job by Texas A&M. I told you, going into this game, these coaches are going to be throwing defenses at them that they're not used to seeing, and it's been able to stall each team as you go.
Well, especially Caleb Grill. We talked about him pregame, how important he is to Missouri and to their success. Like the win-loss percentage was crazy. And you knew Buzz Williams was going to draw something up. I mean, they're sending help, they're switching, they're blitzing. You know, he hasn't had really any clean looks today. And I expect Dennis Gates' little chest move to try to get him free in the second half.
On the flip side, if you would have seen this entertaining of a game, and Grill would have 2 points, and Wade Taylor the fourth, only 4 points. Both of those guys more than likely going to light it up in the second half. Going to be some fireworks over there in Missouri. Fireworks throughout the SEC as a bunch of the games are going on right now. Let's go ahead and show you highlights of this one. Down in the jungle, top 10 matchup for the first time ever between Florida and Auburn, and it was loud, and of course, defensively as well, Slack.
Call that a block party. You don't bring cups, you don't bring juice, no snacks. You can't get in this party, Janai Broomville.
Get in the block party.
It's rough. It's rough. You don't bring what you're supposed to.
Auburn up 7 at that point, and maybe the 6th man of the year, Tahad Pettiford, the freshman, but oh my, you got Florida Gators taking a lead. This is a place that has been, Auburn's been almost unbeatable, but in the jungle, Steffi, that is a different animal. What are you seeing out of the Florida Gators right now that get them right there up 1?
Well, some poise. I mean, playing in the jungle is not easy, and they're without Elijah Martin.
That's right.
Who's out, and that's disappointing because that's another player they could use in this situation, given how deep Auburn is, but 4 for 8 from the three-point line. I think that can quiet the crowd a little bit. The guards for Florida are certainly stepping up. We've seen Condon making some big plays. So can they sustain it right now is my question.
Well, in order to sustain it, continue doing a good job on what you've been doing with Janai Broom. 2 points, 1 for 4 from the floor. Yes, he does have 3 assists, 3 rebounds, but that means they're being able to stall a little while longer and try to figure out a way to get them going. Baker Mazara with 6 points, Pettiford with 5. You'd rather have them get going than the guy like Janai Broom, because when he gets going, starts passing it out, and it's a problem.
Very impressive for Ty Golden squad, because Auburn was up 15-5. The place was rocking. It looked like the top was going to blow off Exactech Arena, and yet now they have that lead 23-22, a little 7-0 run for the Florida Gators. We got a lot more coming up, including we'll show you what's going on between Tennessee, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Kentucky, but Cruz doing his best Caleb Grill impersonation. They need more of that, though, because Gigham's up by 9 at the break.
Begins with the flicker of an idea. And when that idea happens, in a place made for creative, collaborative thinkers, idea can transform you.
Grandpa and I used to work on this together, and when I'm gone, God want you to have.
Doesn't count. What you need
is a will, something you can sign and make official. Start your will at trustandwill.com and make it count.
Framing is hard, but FrameBridge is easy. Custom frames, premium materials, transparent pricing. Get started at framebridge.com or visit a store today.
Tennessee, Oklahoma, first meeting between these two since 1968. Ron Slay for the jump. He'd have 21 points in the game, and Zakai Ziegler, they're okay. He does all right after what Tennessee started 15 of 17 for the field.
Yeah, look at that stat line: 17-9, 4 steals. Ooh, between him and Lanier, the way they're shooting the basketball today, looking dangerous.
Vols win that one 70-52. Mark Pope and Lamont Paris hugging it out. Gamecocks looking to strap that win. Zurich Phelps, how about a little crossover? Got him! Oh, almost broke the ankles. Aggies up by 9.
You don't get paid by the minute, you get paid by the fight.
Not just award-winning, it's rewarding. Sattva Mattresses supports all types of sleepers. Luxury is handcrafted and assembled in American factories and brought directly to you with our complimentary in-home delivery and setup service. Which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Sattva to friends and family. Sattva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
Is Cialis Daily better than Viagra? Does it last longer than Viagra? Are sample packs available? Get started with the 30-day sample pack. Generics now only $1 per tablet at rexmd.com/30.
Searching for the perfect underwear? Tommy John combines innovation and excellence in every pair. Available in multi-packs, Tommy John's breathable second skin underwear is even softer than cotton, with up to 4 times the stretch of competing brands. We've also crafted indulgently soft second skin sleepwear for him and her for luxurious evenings and mornings. Invest in your comfort worry-free. If you don't love your first purchase, we'll make it right, because if you dress to the nines, your underwear should be a 10. Go to TommyJohn.com and get 25% off your first order.
What does Texas A&M University stand for? We stand for excellence, respect, and loyalty. We stand for leadership, integrity, and selfless service. We stand for 4 straight hours. We stand up for others. We don't stand by, and we won't stand still. At Texas A&M, we know what we stand for. Come stand with us.
Studio update, we promise you better. Miles Kelly from the wing nails it. Auburn, blink. You missed it.
That shot.
Oh, my. Are you kidding me?
Get him in the air, a little body contact, focus.
How?
Yeah.
Edwards getting it done. Then, remember, he had 2 points in the first half, would go off in the second. How about Carey as well? 18 and 14. Doors anchored down. They'll face Auburn coming up over on Tuesday after that big victory. What's the one thing here, Slay, out of all these games you can't wait to see?
I want to see Mississippi State, get some footing in this league and be able to put some wins together. Georgia, a good opponent playing on the road, got to get a victory here.
Can Arkansas keep it going? They've won 2 in a row. We've got a great opponent at Alabama at home.
Remember, Joe Lunardi we had on earlier today, and he said Arkansas is not one of the 13 teams that he had in, but of course, they win that game. That would end up being 3 wins in a row since they went into Rupp Arena and shocked everybody. And of course, Ole Miss right now playing some fantastic basketball. They will be over in the PMAC. Tip it off at 8:30 right here on the network. Henry Colvin, alley-oop. Nice.
Easy, bro.
Aggies up by 9, second half coming up after the break.
No alarms tell me when to snack. Nice try, Kevin. So my advice? Stop looking for advice. And if you want to grab a snack, grab a snack. Who's hungry?
This man survived a 4-hour flight delay, a crying baby, and 2 coffee spills. But you never know. Why? His Jack Archer Jet Setter Tech Packs. Wrinkle-free, stain-resistant, and ready for anything. Upgrade your wardrobe today and get 15% off at jackarcher.com/TV.
I checked 2 bags on Southwest for free. I pack a lot of shampoo. Can't get this for 3 ounces. This is full bottle, baby. He gets it. Ciao, brother.
2 bags fly free. That's a big flex.
Here, history runs deep. So does passion and rivalry. We've claimed our share of hardware, been on top of the world and the draft. But it's time to set a new standard. With more championship swagger and more things that make you go. It's the dawn of a new era in the SEC. And it just means more.
Has your car insurance gone up recently? You're not alone. But did you know that finding a better rate is easier than you think? Compare.com brings car insurance savings to you. Compare your car insurance rates now at compare.com. The whole process takes less than 10 minutes. Drivers can save over $740 a year, and you can check for savings at any time. It's also completely free. So take the wheel and start driving towards savings. Go to compare.com now and start saving today. That's compare.com.
Back at Mizzou Arena, 38-29, our score as we get you set, ready to go. The start of our second half. He's Pat Bradley, I'm Roy Philpott. Entertaining first 20 in the books. Your thoughts on what we saw?
Well, went how we thought it would be, where Texas A&M was dominating the glass, particularly on the offensive end, and Missouri only shooting 28% from 2-pointers and 30% from the 3. So it's not just about the 3-point line. If they can find a way to finish in the lane at times, too, that's what they're going to need. Stuck on 29 points right now.
Buzz Williams will tell you Henry Coleman III could be the commissioner of the SEC one day. He may be the president of the United States. First 20 minutes, the minister of defense, at least in terms of defensive rebounding.
Yeah, dominating the glass game right there, and also aware enough to catch that lob.
Zaxby's just out-Phillied the Philly with our signature crispy chicken fingers, sauteed peppers and onions, garlic aioli, and melty cheese. Your move, Philly. Who's got the sauce? Zaxby's.
Him and Morrell Payne, Andy Garcia, they know where the shots are coming in their offense, which allows them to get in position for the offensive rebound. Then you add in, they're big, strong, athletic. Whew, that's what made them such a good offensive rebounding team.
Great start for Buzz Williams' team. Dennis Gates with work to do in this second half. I thought it was a really solid job by this veteran crew, given the physicality of this first half, now beginning the second, and all of the conversations that were had pregame, during the game, between both coaches, Pat Adams, Vlad Boyard-Tadal, and Todd Austin. Let's see what this second half feels like. And for Mizzou, do you want to see anything different offensively?
They're getting, this is a tough Texas A&M team. They're getting shots. I would say you have to use that over-aggressiveness to your advantage.
Bates is open 3 and he's off the mark.
Wild. But they had success with their backdoor cut, screen, backdoor. Good job by Mitchell staying in front of the basket.
10 on the timer, Payne with a pass. Easy finish at the rim.
Great interior passing there when Payne gets you on his hip. Tony Perkins a big guard, but just that, he is a guard. That's it.
Aggies have led by as many as 12 today. Mark Mitchell's going to try to get going. Pass Coleman, lays it in.
Yeah, he's the other key there. At 6'9", he can put it on the floor as he just did in tackling the 3-point line. But his best ability is finding his teammates for an open shot.
Phelps blocked by Mitchell. now Perkins. Giant jump stop rejected by Payne, but fouled in the process. Boy, Perkins leaped in the air right into the heart of the lane.
That's what I love, though. Mitchell, great awareness right here, going up and contesting the shot. And what's great about this is you don't have to play offense against Texas A&M's set half-court defense. Great job pushing it up. Perkins plays off 2 feet, great jump stop. And the thing is, what I love about that, he didn't shy away from the contact, right? He didn't jump away. Yeah, he sidestepped him off 2 feet, made sure he got off the shot. But he knew contact was coming, didn't shy away from it.
Foul was called on Wade Taylor, and that's his third. Perkins makes 2, and Taylor has to have a seat on the bench. So mark the tape here. The lead at 7 with Wade Taylor having to sit out at least the next couple of minutes with 3 fouls.
So this pressure defense, you've got Obaski's play some good minutes and Phelps at the lead guard spot, but
Obaseki will shoot 2. Come on, Perkins.
we just talked about Wade Taylor. Oh, Perkins steps in the lane, and I did not know he could finish like that. A little great job. Obaski says, maybe next time. I don't want to challenge you on that one. Tony Perkins, 6'4". Big, strong. What did it? Coach Dennis Gates has done a good job of bringing in the right transfers. Tony Perkins out of Indianapolis.
Obaseki has the athleticism, if he chose to do so, to challenge that moment, and that was a business decision. When you saw the look in Perkins' eyes,
yes,
he was in full attack mode.
He's got wide shoulders, and he was ready to take on a Mack truck if the truck tried to get in front of him.
You know that as a player, right? Like you see it, like, okay, all right, we're going to live to see another play.
Yeah, although I had to learn the hard way. You see all these scars on my face, on my chin and up? I got a couple of knees to the face, stepped on.
It happens.
Learn. Pain will make you learn.
So Obaseki responds with 2 free throws. Mitchell on the other end.
Good action, another little slip, getting to Mitchell on the block.
Mark Mitchell in double figures with 10. He had 4 Wednesday night at Tennessee. Was held in check. And the Duke transfer coming back home to the Show Me State. Paying dividends, as is Zurich Phelps.
Wade Taylor out. Phelps knows he's got to make something happen. He's been able to get to the rim multiple times. No resistance at the rim for Missouri, so A&M's going to have that all night.
And Mitchell's starting to feel it a little bit. Contact and a blocking foul. Well, this arena was ready to erupt if that was going to be deemed a charge, and instead Phelps picks up the blocking foul.
So you see Phelps move. Now the only question is, Mitchell holds his arm out.
Phelps has 3. Taylor has 3. And so both of the Aggie sharpshooters going to have a seat on the bench as Hayden Hefner comes back in. So you got Hefner and Obaseki in the backcourt, with Phelps and Taylor on the bench.
And you got 2 guys that gave you that dribble penetration.
There goes Bates. Outside to Perkins all afternoon. And Hefner a rebound over the top. Obaseki lost it. 2 on 2. Grill to Perkins. Tony Perkins. Payne on the spin was bumped by Perkins.
You have 2 turnovers by Texas A&M. Immediately after Wade Taylor goes out, turnover. Perkins out of the way for a flush. Phelps goes out, turnover. Immediately Missouri with a transition bucket.
Shuta, it really feels like it is go time for Mizzou with no Taylor, no Phelps. Down only 5, the crowd back in it. They've trailed the whole game.
They are putting pressure, forcing Obaseki to make plays. And he's going to be smart here.
Step back 3. Garcia taps it to Perkins. Here comes Mizzou. Perkins through the lane. And a foul.
We were both thinking the same thing, weren't we? I thought he was going to explode. I thought he was going to hit top floor elevator.
The eyes got big again for Tony Perkins.
Although I think he probably saw Pharrell Payne, Henry Coleman, and Anderson Garcia. They're waiting for him. But he's a big, strong kid. We talk about his body type, and he welcomes the contact.
Here's Mitchell, the pump fake. 1 possession game in Columbia. Manny Obaseki with the bounce.
Obaseki, great. Guys, lefties can get in the lane and finish.
Speaking of Bates, lost the handle on the way up. 5 minutes into the second half. What a game this has turned out to be. And Mizzou right back in it.
There's no doubt Mizzou taking advantage of the turnovers. Good job right here. Tony Perkins, the second one in transition. Missouri 5 for 5 on 2-point shots in the paint to start the half.
Genesis GV70 and GV80. Lease the 2025 Genesis GV70 for $399 per month. Exclusively at your Tri-State Genesis retailers.
Trail in track and field for the Crimson Tide. In the 1984 Olympics, Leatherwood won gold in the 4x400 meter relays, making her the first woman from the university to be a gold medalist. Her collegiate career includes 3 NCAA titles in the 400 and 10 All-American honors. SEC Network honors Lily Leatherwood and celebrates Black history always.
5-point game back inside Mizzou Arena. Number 10, Texas A&M, the lead over the home squad. The Missouri Tigers ranked 15th in the country with Pat Bradley, Roy Philpott. Here comes Mark Mitchell. Here comes Tony Perkins. And Mizzou is starting to feel like a different team to begin our second half today.
It's been all to the rim, 28% in the first half on 2-point shots. They're 5 of 5. In the second half that started. Turnovers. Mark Mitchell has been excellent in the paint. Has cut it on the block, put it on the floor. That's what we knew you had to prepare for if you're A&M's defense.
Those two have combined to outscore A&M to begin the second. Keep in mind Wade Taylor and also Zurich Phelps been on the bench with those 3 fouls, and Taylor's back on the floor here. And I think Buzz Williams sensing the same thing that we were. Manny Obaseki did a nice job in kind of holding the fort down. A couple of tough moves in traffic and some free throws, but Wade Taylor gives you that different dimension, but he's got to avoid that 4th foul.
Yeah, he's going to resist the temptation to reach in, right? I mean, A&M's defense is aggressive, active hands, resist that temptation for a cheap foul for Wade Taylor.
Here's Grill out of the timeout.
Well, that was no time. Saw why he's always in player of the year conversation, how quickly he gets up the floor.
Perkins outside. Tommy Will, top of the key. Cruz. Okay. Battling inside.
Number 35. He told you he's 6'8". Come on now. Why look so surprised? Maybe it's the headband that gives him the power.
Cruz in double figures. Headband power from the Hall of Famer. I love it. Stolen by Mitchell. Quick hands defending Payne.
And that right there, you see Taylor getting his hand in there. He's got to be careful.
Mitchell for 3. Who wants it? Coleman does. He's got 12 boards. course he was going to take it away, right, from Garcia. Lead back to 6. Taylor outside to Andy Garcia. Ahead to Cruz. Just got caught under the rim. The pass from Mitchell.
I don't know if he has that in his bag. I mean, that would have been an acrobatic play. Good advance pass, so I love that pass up the floor, ahead of the defense. Cruz playing right there.
Help Payne on Mitchell. Great battle here. Payne. A little bit of contact. Mark Mitchell picks up the infraction. Mitchell has been more active in this second half. A block already defensively. Obviously, we've seen the offense just missed the 3 moments ago.
Yeah, and Pharrell Payne right there. A&M gave him the whole side to work, isolation. Missouri says, we're not going to double team you. If there was a double team, you know what would happen. Rotations, now you get Henry Coleman, Anderson Garcia, Hayden Hefner, dive into that offensive glass.
Pharrell Payne at the line, 57%. He's been smooth today until that attempt. Number 1 Auburn back in action coming up Tuesday night in Nashville, Memorial Gymnasium. That game's up first here on SEC Network at 7 Eastern. Georgia and the fighting Texas Aggies down in College Station. That is your way at 9 o'clock Eastern. Both games on SEC Network, also on the ESPN app.
And talk about your effect on free throws.
I've learned to stay quiet. But the announcer jinx is real.
Right.
And ask Missouri fans from Wednesday. My apologies with Tamar Bates.
A&M, a high-rate free throw shooting team on the road, gonna have them.
Tigers turn it over. Here's Wade Taylor. Full head of steam. He'll back it out.
Good decision. That recognizes that mismatch.
Somehow got it to Payne, and he was going to be fouled. Wade Taylor IV is going to find a way to initiate the offense, find some contact, get to the free throw line, and PB, it's one of the reasons he's probably, if he stays healthy, going to leave College Station as the all-time leading scorer in the history of A&M basketball.
Yeah, it was great to watch his growth and how he affects the game from every which way, even defensively. He's got those quick hands, moves well. And you have a feeling that this game is going to come down to who can make their free throws. And Pharrell Payne is he's played such a great game. And I don't mean to harp on his free throw shoot, but he's going to continue to get to the line. And what you hope for him is the more you get there, the more comfortable you feel, the more he will make moving forward.
The lead is 6. A&M is not trailed in this game. Number 15 versus number 10 in a top 15 clash. Taylor, the logo 3. Not this time.
He's right now, I don't know if he was telling Henry Coleman come off of that. Well, he got the switch he wanted with Josh Gray on him. And you would think that they would go to that mismatch on that switch in the paint.
Caleb Grill looking determined. You can tell he's just trying to find a little bit of space and get that shot off, and give credit to the Aggies. They've been right in his grill. Perkins has been a different story. Over Hefner. And poked out by Coleman. He said he had his hands on it. Hefner was fighting his own teammate, trying to corral it.
Yeah, and Hefner's another one of the perimeter guys that can come in. Defensively, he is a problem at 6'6". Runs the floor well, finish.
4 blocks for the Aggies. Warwick checks in. Marquez Warwick by himself went on a 7-0 run Wednesday at Tennessee. He's explosive.
Yeah, he is. And you mentioned Caleb Grill. Well, he's gone against 2 of the best defenses you're going to see in Tennessee and then Texas A&M. Multiple guys that have length to affect his jump shot, size and strength and grit. Yeah, so it's when he does get an opportunity, he's got to take advantage of it.
Bates on Washington. Forced that one up. Timer's winding down. And a shot clock violation. It's Marcus Allen who just checked in. Unable to do anything with his back to the bucket. Well, A&M continues to keep Mizzou and Dennis Gates at arm's length in this one.
Yeah, and because of their offensive rebounding and their defensive rebounding, it's one shot and you're done on the defensive end.
Coleman lost it over his head. And a timeout in Mizzou Arena. The lead is 6 for number 10, Texas A&M.
Touch the sky, on fire, burning brighter, do it so exceptionally. Shout it louder, let it hear. I got to be me, I got to be free.
The perfect blend of design and performance. The Genesis G70 and new G80. Lease the 2025 Genesis G70 for $349 per month. Exclusively at your Tri-State Genesis retailers.
% off at jackarcher.com/TV.
I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of whole body deodorant like Mando. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and controls odor for 72 hours. Mando's unique formula stops odor before it starts. That's my secret to better odor control everywhere.
Studio update, number 1 team in the country, Auburn Tigers won 14 straight by an average.
Hey, open 3. Gators up 10 over the Tigers at half.
Back at Mizzou Arena, 112 to go. LA tournament seeding, but also for SEC tournament seeding, the top 4 seeds get that all-important double bye to begin the SEC tourney. And right now you got Mizzou, Florida, and A&M all tied for 3rd place. And Missouri holds the tiebreaker over the Gators, courtesy of that game in Gainesville, which they never trailed and they held on late for the 1-point win. So let's see what happens in these final 12 minutes for Dennis Gates' crew and for Buzz Williams.
I do know the last 2 weeks of the season, there is going to be a lot more movement going on. It's going to be some important games for NCAA tournament seeding, SEC tournament seeding.
We've been scoreless for about 3 minutes. Defense is taken over. Wade Taylor's on the board with 3 fouls. Hayden Hefner playing a great center field there right in front of Ward. And Allen called for the foul. He's shoved down Wade Taylor.
Marcus Allen, that's back-to-back fouls on Marcus. Good body, good size. Although, as we move forward and we talk about the free throw line being something that could decide this game, you don't want to put A&M on the line unnecessarily.
Next foul, Aggies are going to be in the bonus. Chase Carter. Shot clock at 7. Carter without a point tonight. Really banked in that 3. Hayden Hefner lost it out of bounds.
I thought Missouri's done a good job in the second half of staying in front of the basketball, right? I mean, there's been a few attack moves. Phelps got to the rim, but they've done a good job of staying in front. That's going to be the number 1 thing. We talked about dribble penetration, and you got Phelps and Wade Taylor in at the same time, and they love to get to the paint. It's that dribble penetration, Missouri's defense can stop that.
Tigers 1 for their last 7. Trailing by 6. Bates picked up by Payne. In traffic, couldn't finish. Marcus Allen.
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform. Add products, Showcase them dynamically and seamlessly track your inventory. Accept multiple secure payments and design your storefront down to the very last detail. Get all the tools you need. Drive more sales with customizable gift cards and flexible product subscriptions. Retain customers with a point-based loyalty program, email automations, and reach millions with sales channel integrations. Complete your setup with a personalized analytics dashboard. Make smart business decisions and shape the next phase of your business. Build, manage, and grow from one place. Go to Wix and launch your online business today.
Tigers in transition. You're up. And a foul. Tamar Bates. If that's Wade Taylor, that's his fourth. And it is.
Great advance pass, Caleb Grill. High school quarterback Caleb Grill catches it. Great athlete, great transition by Missouri. They've been able to get out in transition, some steals. Defense room on the first half, we saw them compete on the glass, get out in transition. And we talked about Wade Taylor the fourth. There was going to be a moment when after he got his third foul, that he had to make a decision. I see the ball. He's exposing the ball to me. I can't resist taking a swipe at it, coach. It was right there.
Here's Bates. 2 of 2. One possession game. Halfway through the second half. He's without a point. Almost 5 minutes. Bates slams it down. Tied at 49. It's the first time we've been tied since it was 20-all. What a scene in Columbia. An 8-0 run by the Tigers in a brand new game.
Running a business gives me enough to deal with, like video meetings.
Nope, you're muted.
You're muted. Getting trapped by this guy.
Tumbling through the bushes and bam, poison ivy. All up and down my arms. My mom said it was gonna be a rough summer.
And filing an insurance claim. But luckily, auto owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe without any hassle. That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
Game night Friday. You win?
This man survived a 4-hour flight delay, a crying baby, and 2 coffee spills. But you never know. Why? His Jack Archer Jet Setter Tech Packs. Wrinkle-free, stain-resistant, and ready for anything. Upgrade your wardrobe today and get 15% off at jackarcher.com/TV.
We're Mizuho. Sound familiar? Backing the company battling eye diseases? Mizuho was there. Financing one of the pharma companies revolutionizing weight loss? That was us too. Anywhere you need a corporate and investment bank, we're there. Mizuho Americas.
I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of whole body deodorant like Mando. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and controls odor for 72 hours. Mando's unique formula stops odor before it starts. That's my secret to better odor control everywhere.
Is Cialis Daily better than Viagra? Does it last longer than Viagra? Are sample packs available? Get started with the 30-day sample pack. Generics now only $1 per tablet at rexmd.com/30.
Let's take a look at our Good Hands play brought to you by Allstate. Mizzou defensively forcing turnovers, finding easy buckets, and dumps to ignite this crowd in the second half.
There's no doubt it's been the transition. Missouri running the lanes. 4 turnovers leading to direct line dunks. The flush by Tamar.
Mentioned the conversation we both had with Tamar Bates earlier today. And I looked at him and I said, I've watched you the last couple of games. I saw you in person in Knoxville. I've seen how you interact with your teammates. You don't take anything from anybody. And he said, that's exactly right. And if my guys are used to me doing that in practice, in our games, with my players and our team, they're going to be used to it when it comes from the opposition. And he didn't say it, but he indicated there's a lot of value in that. He's an alpha, and he's been leading this team all season long.
He has come up big for them in the most important times. And you see the environment, mention the environment. And that plays into going on the road in conference play, because you're playing against these fans going crazy. That momentum, I mean, that is something the crowd fuels this Missouri team, gives them that extra level that they can get to.
First time we've been tied since it was 20 points apiece. It was a long time ago. Zurich Phelps, he also has 3 fouls. Double team. Gets it to Washington, desperation 3. A bucket here gives Missouri its first lead of this game. Well, the crowd won't scribble up and lose, don't they?
Everything's going right for Missouri now, might as well.
Bates to Allen. Up and in! Marcus Allen, unexpected offense off the bench. First lead in the game for MIZ. Phelps lost it out of bounds.
Missouri has turned their pressure up a notch. 5 turnovers this half. All have come with Wade Taylor IV on the bench. Now, they've played, obviously, when Wade Taylor was out injured. They've had to play without him from the point guard position. But this Missouri pressure is a different animal now. They know how to get up, chest to chest, active hands, quick feet. And they're out ball hawks.
Brill to Bates. Tamar Bates. Pinballs around, still on the deck. Saved by Warwick. A&M gets it back. And now it's Zurich Phelps. He claims he was shooting. Todd Austin have a conversation about it. And free throws will be coming.
You see how just slim right there. Missouri's able to get that defense, offensive rebound versus now A&M. Defense rebound, loose ball. Phelps puts his head down again to get to the rim. Rewarded with 2 free throws.
Zurich Phelps trying to stop a 10-0 Missouri run. Front end of the 1-and-1.
We see this come down to the free throw line.
Now it's Warwick to Euro. Marquez Warwick, transfer from Northern Kentucky. Here's a guy coming off of Dennis Gates' bench that has scored almost 2,500 points in his collegiate career. I mean, what a luxury to have that kind of talent and scoring ability. And a guy that can go off any game. We saw that for a brief moment at Tennessee.
Experienced player, another one of those transfers that fits into what Coach Gates wants to do. He's played 11 guys this game, and they've all contributed.
Now don't forget our gymnastics doubleheader, Valentine's Day edition on SEC Network, ESPN app. Number 15, Arkansas takes on 11th ranked Georgia in the Classic City. That's at 7 Eastern. Then Auburn and Florida, a top 15 showdown in Gainesville. Should be another exciting night of SEC gymnastics. Friday Night Heights returns this coming Friday, a Valentine's Day edition, my friend.
Friday Night Heights, tune in.
2-possession lead for the Tigers.
Wade Taylor IV back in. Trying to settle down his A&M team.
Now the rebounding now favoring this point.
That skip pass is so devastating. If it could be executed, the ball didn't stick. Wilcher got it right to Wade Taylor.
Shoot it. This is a Saturday afternoon treat we're all witnessing here between these two teams. And a steal by Phelps. Aggies get a chance to get it back and regain the lead. Top 15 showdown. Number 10 versus number 15. Living up to the hype. Work a spin move. Pushes that one up and in. Transfer. Taylor to Coleman. And a shove is going to put Henry Coleman at the line.
Catch and shoot. And his Warwick, creative scorer, gets in the lane. And it's those types of shots. Because A&M is running Missouri up that three-point line, you've got to be able to make tough twos against this team.
You mentioned the free throw shooting. Aggies tonight, 10 of 16. And Coleman's going to get one more. Solomon Washington on the floor. Wade Taylor a breather. And Buzz Williams wants to know why that free throw was stopped. Explaining. But I tell you, there have been conversations today, even 10 minutes before tip-off, between Buzz and Pat Adams. It's been a well-officiated game. We've talked about that.
Pat Adams came over and asked Coach Gates to get back in the coach's box.
Coleman missed a vote. And then a foul called after Gray grabbed the rebound. So Payne picks up the foul. That's his second. You can feel a little chippiness developing here in this second half between the two sides, and that includes everybody.
Well, it was build and throw even in pregame. That's how these teams play. They're physical, intense.
Bates. Blocked by Payne, right at the rack. You want to talk about rim protection.
That is great timing and focus by Payne.
Phelps, Payne on the offensive glass. And there was a foul there. Gray fell down. And he's going to pick up the foul, his third.
DeMar Bates gets up, wants to attack Pharrell Payne.
He's teaching the class at Rim Protection 101.
That time, just perfect. Right hand on the basketball.
There have been a handful of fearless attempts and a couple of dunks tonight that have not gone down. Free throws continue to be a problem now. 10 of 18 for the Aggies. And Bates telling Brill what to expect. One of two for Payne, the lead back to one.
That's a big shot right there for him and his confidence at the free throw line.
I don't know if there's a better game in college basketball than what we are seeing here today at Mizzou Arena. Back and forth affair. And Allen may have stepped out of bounds. He did. Marcus Allen just picked up his third foul moments ago. Had that big bucket to give Mizzou the lead earlier in the half. And now Missouri with 14 turnovers.
It seems like we've seen that play happen quite a bit, right? Guys not aware
Why is
how
that?
close they are. A lot of the play designs that we see have a guy that just stay in that corner. And I think they just lose track of where they're at. And they've had success with just letting Payne go to work.
Ray held his ground. Phelps gets it outside the arc. And now Taylor loves this kind of moment. Pops out to Bates. Now to Warwick. Swatted by Washington. And a timeout called by Missouri. Bates was on his knees, and he found a way to maintain the possession. 4:18 to go at Mizzou Arena in this top 15 showdown. Crunch time has arrived. Emotions running high between these two SEC rivals here in Columbia. Come back with us.
Touch the sky, on fire, burning brighter, do it so exceptionally. Shout it louder, let it hear. I got to be me, I got to be seen.
The perfect blend of design and performance. The Genesis G70 and new G80. Lease the 2025 Genesis G70 for $349 per month. Exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
It's how you do it. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. And that goes with anything. You understand?
Find the things you love.
It's how you do it.
Welcome to your Walmart.
Of competing brands. We've also crafted indulgently soft second skin sleepwear for him and her for luxurious evenings and mornings. Invest in your comfort worry-free. If you don't love your first purchase, we'll make it right, because if you dress to the nines, your underwear should be a 10. Go to TommyJohn.com and get 25% off your first order.
Well, the jungle is traditionally a really tough place to play, but don't tell it to the Auburn. Largest home deficit they've had since 2021. That happened back to the Florida Gators as well.
1 point lead for number 15 Missouri, trying to protect its home court against 10th ranked Texas A&M. He's Patrick Bradley, I'm Roy Philpott, and Mizzou, an undefeated record at home this year. 15-0, and currently over on ESPN2, Auburn is getting obliterated. Wow, how about that? That's a stunning outcome, at least up to this point. A lot of time left in that one. Not much time left here in Columbia. And back and forth we've gone these last couple of minutes. Both teams giving their absolute all. Wade Taylor, the fourth in foul trouble. Zurich Phelps with 3 personals. And Tamar Bates in takeover mode here shooting. He's got 14 points and a different look, a different mentality to pace the Tigers so far in the second half.
Yeah, I thought the Missouri Tigers came out in the second half, created turnovers, which resulted in direct fast break points on the other end, and that just opened things up. And then they competed on the glass against A&M, having dominated the way they did in the first half against Missouri.
Foul call on Jace Carter. So numeral 0 picks up his second, and Mizzou in the bonus. And that's going to put Marquez Warwick at the line, an 80% free throw shooter.
And expect to see both teams continue to attack, get to the free throw line as they're number 2 and 3 in free throw attempts in the SEC, with Alabama being the top team free throw shooter.
Warwick, a 4-time All-Horizon League selection at NKU. And Mizzou now with 22 bench points compared to just 5 for Texas A&M.
And how about the luxury for Coach Gates to be able to have a guy like Warwick come off the bench, right? And the depth, they played 11 guys, Missouri. And they all come in and contribute in different ways, right? Whether it's a guy like Marcus Allen bringing energy.
Todd Austin just talked with Pat Adams. Free throw line extended there, and then they decided to go over to the scores table and have a look at that last sequence. 1 free throw's already in by Warwick. He's going to get 1 more. Tigers now lead it by 2. And Vladimir Voyer-Tadao now the headset on, wanting to revisit those last 10 to 15 seconds.
It's been a physical game, but it has not been dirty.
There's a play that we're going to review on the screen right before the foul occurred.
So it was before the foul called. I guess we'd have to run back that entire possession to really get an idea of what player and what screen he's talking about. Up top here, looks like it would be looks like Josh Gray doesn't seem to hit Phelps. I mean, Jace Carter right there, maybe hitting Warwick into out of bounds play, a little extra forearm shiver, as they say, on the gridiron. Getting ready for the Super Bowl tomorrow. That could be trying to, again, physical play there.
Talking about the Super Bowl in these parts, that's going to get a lot of people's attention. Chiefs got a chance for the
previous play, there is no foul on the previous play. Missouri will shoot one shot, and we will play from the point of interruption.
I'd imagine he's just looking to see if there was a little extra something there on because, you know, trying to be physical, you're not allowing Warwick to come off that screen, right? So you know, Jace Carter's putting his body in the way, trying to keep him off of coming off that screen.
One more for Warwick. Tigers make a living at the free throw line this season. That continues today. Decided advantage. Now 17 of 20 at the line. A&M just for Missouri. Phelps picked up by Bates. Pharrell Payne. Gray holds his ground. Payne off the glass twice, up and in. Pharrell brings the pain with moments like that. 16 points, a couple of rebounds on that possession.
I do not envy anybody who's got to guard him one-on-one in the paint. Josh Gray did all he could.
Payne now at 18. Warwick feeling it. Not this time. Payne slaps it to Coleman. Well, that duo under the rim. Now Taylor, up and in. Circus shot in the lane.
Yeah, you're going to have to make those tough shots. Missouri and Warwick got that shot on their end, didn't make it. Tough twos, contested tough twos. You're going to have to be able to fight through the contacts.
Grill and opening. Allen had it for a moment. Aggies have the lead and possession. Wade Taylor in double figures now with 12.
Pharrell Payne, what a play right there. He couldn't get it. He tipped it to his teammate to prevent the offensive rebound by Mizzou.
Taylor a deep three. Grill a rebound. Mark Westward. Here's Caleb Grill. And Coleman, strong board, is 16th on this game. One more than his jersey number. Caleb Grill just 1 for 5. He's been held in check. Second leading scorer for the Tigers on the season, not tonight. Payne and Gray, 3 on the timer. Blocking foul called on Josh Gray.
See Warwick hedging down on that. I'm trying to figure out, should I come for the double team? No, he decides not to. Josh Gray right there tries. Looks like he didn't quite wait for that contact. Looked like he tried to pull the chair a little bit and fell back before that contact, and a true contact hit. Felt like that was a good call. Josh Gray sitting at 4 fouls. I'm surprised. Battling against those bigs all day.
Between him and Payne, they can combine to force
It's just
15
only
or 16
foul.
fouls, right?
Exactly.
Feels that way. Clutch free throw from Payne. Mentioned at the Aggie struggles at the line tonight, 12 of 20. Payne now 5 of 9. Washington with a seat on the bench. Pharrell Payne with 20 points.
Now, what's important is how you shoot at the end of games, right? The free throw line, you know, if you could make them in, it's called clutch time, certainly under 2 minutes, that's where it's really going to matter. Taking care of the basketball, free throw line.
Mark Mitchell in, Josh Gray out. The Aggies in the midst of a 6-0 run to regain the advantage. And Missouri without a point now in the last 2.5 minutes shooting.
Yeah, and you see some extended pressure here. A&M certainly just trying to disrupt Missouri's offense. That takes some time off the clock.
90 seconds to go in Columbia. Big possession for the Tigers. Cruz had 9 early points tonight against Garcia. Bumped by Coleman. Puts it up and in.
Don't get much more difficult than that, Roy.
Yeah, 2 guys right on top of him. Jacob Cruz didn't care.
I don't even think he knew Henry Coleman was coming for that double team. Garcia, see him right there, not giving him middle. Coleman comes over and Cruz, just that fadeaway. That's a big time, that's a pro move right there. Feeling where that defense is coming.
Jacob Cruz with 14 points. He averages just over 7 per game this year, and a timeout called. The lead is 1. It should have. Look, you don't want this game to end. I mean, it's been high-level hoops throughout, comeback after comeback for both sides.
I just feel that shot by Jacob Cruz was not only high-level difficult, but so extremely important. Think of what you said, the scoring drought, certainly from the field by Missouri, getting some shots, hadn't been able to make any. For Texas A&M on the other end has Wade Taylor as a fantastic option, makes some tough shots. Pharrell Payne has been nearly unstoppable when he gets the ball on the block.
Pharrell Payne, 3 points off of his season high. The fighting Texas Aggies. He's got 20 points, 23. He's reached on 1 occasion. And Pharrell Payne, a clear difference maker for Buzz Williams. Aggies get it back. The lead is 1. It seems obvious. It's basketball, it's not rocket science. You're going to put the ball in Wade Taylor's hands. In your opinion, is that accurate?
There's no question about it. Now, of course, Wade Taylor IV has to understand shot selection here. You've had success going to Pharrell Payne on the block, right? Isolating him on the block. Now, if you're Pharrell Payne, you got to decide, okay, am I going to keep doing what I've done, put my head down? Now, Payne is out of the game, so you expect to have either Phelps or Wade Taylor.
Taylor gives it up to Coleman. Approaching a minute to play. Taylor! And Garcia, battling inside, was fouled, attacking the offensive glass. 4th foul on Marcus Allen. How about that last sequence?
Oh, Ward read that beautifully. Wade Taylor tries to go back towards the corner. Warwick reads that passing lane, and you throw it up to Tamar Bates just about anywhere, especially today when he's got that juice flowing.
Here's Garcia. First free throws of the game for Andy Garcia. 66% free throw shooter this season. He'll get 2. The pressure of this moment, you can feel it courtside.
On the road, shooting free throws. place. My suggestion, bend your knees. Moments like this, you're a little bit more tense, a little bit more tight. Bend your knees to give it a little bit extra to get over the front of the rim.
We are tied at 64.
Joe Garcia.
Mark Westward remains on the floor. This critical moment for the Tigers. Work on Washington. Bottled up. Grilla Bates. Who wants it? 4 on the timer. Tamar Bates does. And a rebound by Washington. The box out was brilliant. The handoff to Coleman, and here come the Aggies. Buzz Williams wants a timeout. He's going to get it. Boy, he has been animated more than usual today. He has been all over the place, knowing how important this game is for A&M.
Yeah, that was one of the most exciting timeout calls that I think I've ever seen. And clearly wanted to get it past half court to get Wade Taylor IV back in the basketball game.
Buzz Williams looks like he's ready to play.
Yeah, well, how important. So we talk a lot about, Coach Williams is like, hurry up, Phelps, hurry up. Let's get that ball past the half-court line so I can get this timeout. We have plenty of time on the clock. Now, we all think about game-winning shots, right? 9.8 seconds on the clock. That's exciting. That plays on, SEC Now late-night show. But how about that game-winning defensive stop, potentially game-winning defensive stop by A&M and the defensive rebound? Those things also are what puts you in position to win basketball games. Anderson Garcia, second made free throw. See, it's a slim margin of victory and defeat.
Aggies have been clutch in league games decided by one possession late, and also going back to non-conference play. Totally different animal today in this top 15 game between Mizzou and Texas A&M. It has lived up to the billing thus far. And Pat Adams walked over to our broadcast position. What did he have to say?
The clock will be adjusted to 10.1 seconds.
So I'm going to ask you this question. You know Wade Taylor's going to be involved, but Texas A&M is so good on the offensive glass. Do you just try to get one up there and then roll the dice?
Well, there's no question that we see at the end game situations. Most often it is the second attempt, the tip in. And that plays right into Texas A&M's hands, although Mizzou has been very good on the defensive glass and compete in the second half. So you still have, obviously, I don't know if he'll bring in Pharrell Payne for that. Pharrell Payne obviously didn't play that last offensive possession. But you do have Phelps, a slasher, can get in the lane. Obviously, Wade Taylor IV. Aiden Hefner's in there. Thought maybe you'd see Manny Obaseki in there, another guy that create off the dribble. But this is why you have Wade Taylor IV, one of the great creators in the college basketball game.
Any foul results in 2 free throws for the Aggies. 10.1 seconds to go. Wade Taylor has it.
And the defensive rebound.
Yeah.
Buzz Williams was in that huddle and he was hyping his team up. He's like, we won.
It
already knew
was
he was gonna
truly
drop the
amazing,
play.
right?
Yeah,
Because
we
we
saw
all
it
saw it.
manifesting.
They bring out the chairs out there, and Buzz is like, it almost was like, hey, we won that game. We just won it, and sure enough, that was the confidence they had to end the 15-game home winning streak for the Missouri Tigers, and that felt like every bit of a Final Four type, just war, straight out war. Ultimately, what do you take from either one of these teams right now?
Both teams gained something in this game.
Yeah.
They know who they are. The character was tested. They stood in the ring and countered the runs throughout this game. 12-0 runs, 12-0 runs, battling back. Nobody flinching, Steffi, throughout this entire game. And I think that's why you saw Buzz was so excited at the end of the game. Like, we just need to get the ball last and have a good opportunity on our side of the court They got that.
Yeah, I mean, so many runs in this game, and you think about Bates with that lob,
Yes.
the left-handed dunk, and the place was going crazy, and you're like, they're going to keep their home winning streak alive, and then, after they got that stop, you just saw the confidence in this team. Man, it was physical down there, but they let him play. I mean, they let him play. I mean,
Yes,
it was
they did.
physical as it had all the billings of an NCAA tournament game.
It felt like it. We saw the stars shine. We saw what Payne did. We saw Zurich Phelps, of course, Wade Taylor hitting that shot. The only thing that I didn't see was a lot of Caleb Grill in that game, and that's probably
That double pump, he almost made it.
Wait,
Which
he
was insane.
was out on the floor thinking he had just won it.
That's right.
But how much of that is buzz and just them finding a way to understand, hey, we have to make sure that Grill's not going to be the guy that beats us today?
Yes, it's something that you got to take away from every game. And that problem for everybody that's been throughout the league play is Caleb Grill getting that little sliver. He had a look in the first half that he turned down and got the ball moving. He didn't get another look any that day, whether it be switching, the long athleticism of these guys, Solomon Washington, Jace Carter coming off, Zurich Phelps, all these guys being in good communication is based on his defense. That's the foundation of it. They were able to carry that over.
Aggies now have won 5 straight versus Missouri. One of the reasons why Wade Taylor, the 4th, Roy Philpott, and Pat Bradley caught up with the game winner right after this one.
What a scene. Pat Bradley, Roy Philpott here with the hero, Wade Taylor, the 4th. Let's just start with the game. It was back and forth. You guys went toe-to-toe against a really good Mizzou team on the road. What was it like?
Yeah, credit to Missouri, man. They're an immaculate team. This atmosphere is second to none. Coach has really turned it around this year, and we're really excited to come in and play today. We knew they were going to play really hard, and so are we. So I'm excited that we came with the win.
10.1 seconds left. Coming out of the timeout, what was the play design that Coach had, knowing how aggressive Missouri's defense would be on you?
Yeah, to kind of try to get the fake handoff. We wanted Andy to go in and try to get a bucket, but one of their guys overplayed it, and I kind of just tried to slip it and get a shot because I knew our guys were ready to rebound on the weak side, so I just kind of wanted to get on the rim. And a couple of my shots before hit back rim, so I was praying that one hit back rim went in.
You've hit some big shots in your career. You got a chance to lead College Station's all-time leading scorer in school history. Where does this one rank?
Number one. This is probably in this type of atmosphere with this season we're having. We needed this road win,